Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. So it's time for another cooking vlog. We have just left Biloxi, Mississippi. So before we move on to the next adventure, next city, let's go ahead and cook something up with you guys. So today, it can't get any easier than this. I decided just about everything is a cheat. I found the butter chicken jar at Ross. I like going to Ross to find specialty coffees. And I used to buy this in Aldi's, but I haven't run into an Aldi's in a while. And I know they sell them in Walmart's too, but I've never bought it at Walmart. I don't know why. But I saw it at Ross and I was like, I haven't had butter chicken in a while. I've never made butter chicken from scratch. I'm not Indian. But these jars are pretty amazing. Problem is I don't have chicken. I have pork chops. So let's make buttered pork. Let's take a peek at all my seasonings. So the pork chops, I'm going to go ahead and take them off the bone and basically dice them into little tiny cubes or bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to season the pork with some pink salt, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some cumin, some smoked paprika, some turmeric, and some black pepper. Once this is nice and pretty much seared on all sides with the seasoning, I am going to go ahead and throw in half of this onion sliced, this jar of roasted red peppers, and this can of sliced mushrooms just to bulk it up. Add some veggies in there, so mushrooms, peppers, and onion. And then we'll go ahead and throw in the butter sauce once this becomes translucent and, it's all nicely cooked. I'm going to make some jasmine rice on the side because, hello, jasmine pairs really well with this whole theme, the butter sauce. So let's go ahead and start slicing this up and dicing that up. Awesome. Now that we've got our onion slice, our our pork chops diced and seasoned, I forgot to take out the oil. So I'm going to get the oil out of the pantry. And I just want to put enough to just give a really thin layer on the pan. So not a lot of oil at all. Because basically what I'm looking for is for it to sear. It's basically going to do the rest of the cooking on low with the sauce and all the veggies. So let me grab that oil. Let's get the pan going and start cooking. I've got that on a medium heat. There's the pan starting to get hot. Let's throw in a little bit of oil. Let's see how much that is. Just a thin layer to coat the bottom. Alrighty. Give that a moment to get hot and then we'll throw the pork on it. While we're waiting for the pan to get hot for the pork, let's go ahead and get the rice cooker going. And as I mentioned, I have jasmine rice here, and I cook it the same way I do just regular long grain rice. So we're going to go with a cup and a half of rice and 3 cups of water. I am going to put a little bit of salt on the rice. And that is going. I already hear the pan sizzling. So let's throw the pork on it. Love that sound. Make sure it's all touching the pan so that every little piece can get seared. So while that's going, let's go ahead and drain the roasted red peppers. And drain the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and open up this jar so that it is ready. Perfect. Take a whiff of that. Take a whiff. We are coming back to check on the pork now that I basically threw away those lids and put away that half onion. And you can see around the pork that some pieces are starting to get white, which means that the other side of it is already seared and it's cooking through. Let me show you this piece. Nice and seared already. So I'm going to stir it around. Give it another minute, and I'm going to throw the onions in next. Be adventurous. Get out of your comfort zone. I don't always cook Cuban food, as you've already seen from the last season, the 30 days of cooking with Angie. That mac and beef, nowhere near Cuban. The curry chicken, which came out phenomenal, nowhere near Cuban. So yeah, I like to spice things up a bit, and sometimes there's nothing easier than getting already pre-jarred or pre-packaged things to change it up. So get creative, get adventurous, give it your own little tweak, and enjoy something new and exciting for dinner like we are today. So that's pretty much seared on all sides. I'm going to throw in my raw onions and I'm going to let those cook down. They're going to pick up a bunch of that seasoning that the pork has, because it's all over the pan also. Break this up because they're kind of like stuck together. Sometimes I like to season in layers. I'm sure you've heard me say that. I usually would season the onions too, but I think the seasoning is going to be pretty darn strong from all of the seasonings I've put on the pork, and then the jar. Oh my god. And then the jarred butter sauce. So I think I'm good. I'm not going to add more to it. I don't want to take away from the flavors of that jar. Once those cook down sufficiently where I see it almost translucent, I'll go ahead and add the peppers and the mushrooms. So now those onions have gotten nice and caramelized. It's still a little al dente in the middle. The edges are starting to get translucent and even some little charred pieces. So after giving this a little bit of a stir, let's go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. Let's add in the roasted red bell peppers and the mushrooms. My goodness, this looks so beautiful and smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir and then just let it sit here and cook a little bit longer. So I'll know it's time to throw in the sauce. Once I start seeing the edges of those red peppers start to get lighter in color, not so red, and maybe even some charring around those mushrooms, then I want to go ahead and throw in the sauce, stir it all up so that all those flavors can blend in. And we're ready to do that now. So as I mentioned before, the sauce I got at Ross. I typically get them at Aldi's, but if I don't run into any Aldi's during our travels, I just may have to start buying them at Walmart's because I have seen them at Walmart too. Let's get this thrown in here and get it all stirred up. And we're going to let it simmer for about 8 minutes. I'm going to turn down the heat to low and make sure all those flavors get blended and it basically gets warm. That's all we're looking for at this point, is for everything to get blended and warmed up. And I'll turn it off at the 8-minute mark and we will wait for the rice. Let's take a peek at what this looks like. It's still saucy. Awesome sauce. Look at how gorgeous this looks, guys. This over rice. All right, as for the rice, almost done. You can see that basically all the liquid is out. I'm just waiting for that to go from cooked to warm, and then we'll give it a few minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes before it's time to serve. I did go ahead and take out an avocado. You know us, we like having our avocado with our meals. The rice just stopped with just enough time. It's been sitting here on warm for the last like 5 minutes. I start work in the next 25 minutes. So let's serve. Let's do a taste test and close this out. Now that we're served, let's look at a little close-up of this. So delicious. Can't wait to dig into that. All right, let me get a thumbnail picture and we can start eating. Okay, so you guys know the drill. I'm going to be starting work soon, so my computer's all set up. I am going to come sit next to Lou here on the ottoman. It smells so good.
It does smell good.
It smells so good. And that sauce with the rice is going to be so delicious. A little piece of pork here.
Oh, that's really good.
Yes. Oh, then I don't got pork. I got mushroom, onion, rice. Now I got pork. Ooh, how's it kick?
It does have a kick.
My tongue is on fire right now. Wowzers.
Yep.
The one from Aldi's does not have that much of a kick to it. Nowhere near.
I need a little sour cream.
Oh my god. We have sour cream.
Yeah,
would you like for me to get some?
I think we're going to need some.
Wow. All right, some sour cream for my love.
Up here.
Oh, okay. Well, you can move it. I need some sour cream for me. That's the end of the sour cream. It is definitely packed with flavor.
Yep.
And it has great consistency, but it has quite a kick to it.
For us.
For us.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't eat spicy food, hot food at all. So we have very low tolerance.
Yes, we do. I'm just going to stir it all together. Instead of having a little bite here and a little bite there. Let me get my rice all blended in.
Yeah, that did it.
The sour cream?
Yeah.
You mixed it all in?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So it toned it down a notch?
Toned it down, yeah. Love the red peppers in here.
I know. I was like, I want to bulk it up. So I did
love
peppers, onions, and mushrooms.
You know, I could be vegetarian.
It could be. Totally. We don't have to add any meat.
Peppers, onions, mushrooms. That's
maybe
a meal.
Some zucchini or eggplant.
That's a meal in there already.
Totally.
Absolutely delicious.
Avocado tones it down too.
Yeah. The creaminess of the avocado.
So get out of your comfort zone. Make something different. Get creative with it. Add your own little twist into whatever it is that you buy that you're going to try new. And enjoy. And I hope you think about me when you make it. If you enjoyed cooking with me today, please give me a big thumbs up. I'd love to hear down below in the comments, what are some meals that you've made that were just out of the ordinary for you? because that just might encourage me to try it too. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you can keep following along on our adventures, as well as a cooking vlog in between every new city and state that we're at. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.